solve a quadratic equation by the square root method. I have two problems here. Let's solve them both. Over here we have x minus 3 in parentheses squared on the left and a 20 on the right. The square root method applies here because I have one side that's being squared and the other side is just a number. If that's the case, you can start it off by square rooting both sides. Now, since a positive and a negative number, when you square it, you get a positive number, we need to take care of both of those scenarios by adding a plus or minus sign, and I'm going to add it on the right-hand side. So I square rooted both sides, and I added a plus or minus sign. Now, the reason for square rooting both sides is that the square root and the square operations are inverses. They will undo each other. So the left-hand side just becomes x minus 3. The right-hand side, square root of 20, can be simplified because 20 has a square factor of 4 that goes into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break up the square root of 20 into square root of 4 times square root of 5. And then I'm going to write square root of 4 as 2. Now remember, we're solving for x here, so I need to get rid of this minus 3 on the left, and you can do that just by adding 3 on both sides. And I'm going to put the positive 3 in front of the plus or minus. So x is going to equal 3 plus or minus 2 times square root of 5. Realize that this is two answers that can be broken up. One answer is 3 minus 2 square root of 5, and the other answer is 3 plus 2 square root of 5. All right, let's look at this one. This one's set up the same way. I got one side squared, the other side is a number. I'm going to square root both sides again. Don't forget the plus or minus sign. So on the left, the square root and the square are gone. You just have x plus 2. On the right-hand side, 18 has a square factor of 9 that goes into it. And we have a negative sign in here, which is going to end up being an imaginary number with the I. Right? You can break up the negative 18 to negative 1, 9, and 2. The square root of negative 1 is I. Square root of 9 is 3. And square root of 2, we're going to leave that as square root of 2. So I got x plus 2 equals, I'm going to put the 3 in front of the I, like this. And then all that's left to do is subtract 2 on both sides. And I'm going to write this as a negative 2 plus or minus 3i square root of 2.